Coach LaFleur had them ready to go. They played a real good game. I thought Love came out and played really well. Receivers made plays. And look, they were ready, man. They played really well, and we did not. We didn't play good enough, and we did not complement each other, turn the ball over too much, and we weren't able to overcome those issues. Questions?
I know it's not entirely his fault, but Terry has 6 turnovers the last 2 games. How do you, can you pinpoint why those issues?
Well, I think some of these you feel like we're a little bit behind, and maybe that's the cause of some of it. But we just there's a little uneasiness. We just got to get back to what we do, playing a little more rhythm, and it's not. This isn't something where I want to get into panic mode. I've got some time here to just look at a couple of things, and see where we can get a little more efficient. But at the same time, this is the same team that's been here all year. Offense, defense, Goff's the same quarterback. We clean a couple of things up, and I think we'll get back in a rhythm and be just fine.
12 hits on Goff. On the other side, you guys feel to generate a lot of pressure on Love. Is the disappointing part, it seems like maybe they won the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. I know you guys pride yourselves on that part.
Yeah, listen, I think that's fair. They won. They did. They came out and played well. I thought they protected him really well up there. Did a lot of block him up protections, particularly early, take a shot. We just couldn't quite get there. And then even in tight coverage, I thought Love made some really good throws, and those receivers made some really good catches. So they did. They functioned at a high level. I thought their defense played really well. We know Gary's an issue over there, and Clark and those guys. But look, they showed up, and they played really well. And that's this league, they're very much in the hunt for the division, no different than anybody else. And they're not just going to, quit fighting. So, they put it up, and I didn't have my guys ready to go. That's the bottom line. Yeah, look, I think our O-line's playing pretty good, with the exception of a couple of things that happened. You don't particularly want to go in the game and feel like you're in all pass mode. You become very predictable. That's hard on any O-line, and that's where a lot of the issues came up. But we made a couple moves today as the game went on. We'll see where Jonah's at, but I think the rest of those guys are playing pretty good. When we're not all in sync or we're not on the same page, and we have a conversion or we don't have a conversion, we're not on the same page, then Goff has to hold it a little bit longer, then it just everything goes hand in hand. Or if our details aren't good enough on the perimeter, it just everybody's got a hand in it. It's all of us. So, we just didn't do well enough, We didn't do well enough. And that's really ultimately on me, because those guys were ready to go. That team was ready to go. They played well.
Coming out of the bye, it seems like there's a problem with the Russian coverage, particularly early in this one. What do you attribute maybe some of those issues to?
Same guys we've had here, and we've been able to generate pressure. And so this unit's going to be just fine. They're going to get going. And, we pressured a little bit more today, played a little tight, but these are our guys, man. And these guys can do it, and they've done it. That same team we just faced there, when we went out to Green Bay and we were able to create pressure, we weren't able to do it today. So when we come back, everybody's going to be challenged, as well as myself. I already feel challenged. And, this is how we should want it. You should want to know that everybody's going to give you your best shot, and they're coming in. You better be ready to go. You got to play clean football. We just have to. And everything's got to start with the turnovers. We can't turn the ball over. We got to find a way to get takeaways. Let's start there, and then we'll figure the rest out.
Can you just take us through the big punt?
Yeah, look, that's a bad call on me. It's a bad call. I shouldn't have done that to those guys. It's a bad call.
Was it a look that you saw, though? Did they just make a good play?
It's a bad call on me. It is. Shouldn't have done that.
You said you didn't have them ready or they weren't ready. Self-evaluation, any theories on why?
No, I think, some of it you can always question, like, did we have too much in? across the board? You know, did we try to put too much in for a short week where you can't go full speed? You know, that's one thing I just think about in general. And I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but it's one of those things that I think of a little bit, you know, and I've got a hand in that. I've got a huge hand in that. There's only so much you can do. I really honestly felt pretty good going into this game. I thought we would play well, and we just didn't, you know, we did not. But there again, the easy thing is to get in panic mode, and I know, you know, what it looks like, and it wasn't good enough out there, but I'm not panicked. We got the right guys here. We know how to play. We got to clean some things up, and we'll have 6 to go when we get back. And the fight's on, man. I mean, I think this is going to be some cruise control. We're going to have to fight and scratch and fight and claw for everything, man. We have to. That's the type of team we are. That's where we're at.
And I'm curious about
Just, you know, the shootout in LA, the last second victory,
Mhm.
last week in this game, how confidence do you have that when the offense doesn't have its best game where it throws powers that you can, you know, rely on the defense to step up and kind of make up for those?
Yeah, I do. I have confidence. Here's what we got to do. We have to get takeaways. We have to. That's something that we desperately got to work on. It's one of the things we did a really good job of this time last year. Once we hit that last, call it 8 to 10 games, we were getting takeaways. We were playing tough, man. We were, you know, we were pressuring the quarterback, affecting him. But then, man, we were getting these. You're getting 2 a game. You're getting, and that's where we're not getting those enough right now. And to me, that's a mindset, and it's something we got to work on. Have we worked on it? Yeah, but not enough. There's a different way to emphasize it. I believe that. And if we just get 1 or 2 of those, man, we can change the game here. And that to me is where the emphasis has got to go for us defensively. You know, we got the guys, we got the coaches. But we got to get better there. We got to find a way to get some takeaways.
this might be a little awkward just given that answer, but it seems like in the past, even today, when asked about the struggles of the defense, you almost always come back to the offense first. And I'm wondering if that's your background. Do you have higher expectations for them? Why do you tend to, you know, I guess blame the offense first when you're critiquing a loss?
Yeah, maybe it is a little bit that I'm an offensive guy, but I also, you know, I hold our offense to a certain standard because of that offensive line, first and foremost, because they've been here all together, and I know what they're capable of. Goff's played a lot of football, and that's the first thing I look at when I think of, man, we got to function at a higher level. We got to be more efficient, you know. Doesn't mean that I'm giving the defense an out. That's the way I think defensively. Like, to me, line up and make them fight, make them earn everything, and find a way to get takeaways. That's the criteria, you know. Keep them out of the end zone. And so, you know, it's where we're at. It's where we're at.
And Dan, you said you guys can't be on cruise control. Do you think at 8-2, a team can get?
No, I'm not saying that. I shouldn't have said it that way. I don't think our guys are on cruise control. What I'm saying is, man, if you don't play, it doesn't matter who comes in here. When they play a perfect game, if we don't play our best when they're playing a perfect game, things like that'll happen. That's what I'm talking about, you know. Don't assume anybody. We're the same team when it all last year we're 4-7. Everybody thinks you're, and you start doing things right, start getting takeaways, you don't turn it over, and all of a sudden you're a pretty formidable opponent. So, you know, the odds of it, we go and turn the ball over 3 times against every opponent we have left, the odds of winning are going to be pretty slim. But I don't see us doing that.
Just one day to the offensive line since why did you sit so up?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Why did you make that change on the offensive line right before half? What did you see there?
Yeah, I just felt like Yoda was going to give us just a better shot in that moment.
All right, thanks guys. Locker room,
Yep.
Thank you.